What's going on, everybody? It's Kyle bringing you guys back with another great interview. Today we have on Ansley, who plays forward for the FDU Knights. Ansley, it's great to have you on with us today.
Thanks for having me.
I said the name right? I want to make sure.
Yeah, yeah, you go.
All right, so let's take it back to all the way to the beginning. Uh, you're originally from Spring Valley, if that's correct, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what was high school basketball like for you, and where did you go to high school?
My first 4 years, my 4 years of high school, I spent all of them at St. Joseph Regional in Montville, New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
It was a great 4 years. Like I loved it there. It was a great experience, school wise. Basketball wise, it didn't really like pick up for me. Like I didn't really play that much on varsity until like basically my junior and senior year.
Yeah.
But it was a great experience.
Mm-hmm.
Like I loved it there. I loved all my guys, my coaches, my friends, teachers. It was great.
Yeah. Now, for high school, was that your only option school to go to, or did you? How did
No,
that work?
um I was considering other schools too, like Don Bosco Prep,
Mm-hmm.
Paramus Catholic, Albertus Magnus. It was just nice Catholic schools around my area is what I was really
Mm-hmm.
thinking about going to.
Yeah. Now, would you say for someone who's very serious in basketball in, you know, the Northeast, like Jersey and New York, that these guys should be going to these private schools?
Yeah, I think it's the best option to be honest. You got a lot of exposure, you play good competition, you go to nice tournaments and stuff. So I think it's the best option.
Mm-hmm. Now, with talking about your exposure and recruitment, would you say you got more of it from like AAU, EYBL, like that stuff, or high school?
Um, well, I didn't really get recruited out of high school, so I had to go to a prep school. And when I
Mm-hmm.
went to my prep school, is really where I got most of my like looks and stuff at. So I would say high school.
Yeah.
Actually, I got some out of AU too. It just depends on your situation.
Yeah. Now, coming like in high school, you don't have too many looks. You say, what's your mindset like? Like, what are you thinking? Are you up? Are you down? Like your emotions, your feelings.
I mean, I was pretty down, especially it was like COVID when I graduated. It was like COVID, so like there's not a lot of like tournaments or anything for me to go like showcase. So I was pretty down. I didn't know what I was really gonna do after I graduated.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, I got a call and went to OSL, and it all worked out.
That's awesome. Now, what do you think? That prep year really taught you. Like,
I just matured. I got my body better. Just matured. Became a better basketball player mentally. Learned how to be independent and stuff like that because I was away from my family. So
mm-hmm.
it was good. Yeah.
Now, so you end up committing to Fairleigh Dickinson, and you're a sophomore now. So take me through, going in your first year, what it's like, who's the coach, and everything.
Well, my freshman year, I was with Coach Miranda. It was pretty tough. Like he was a pretty hard coach. Like
Mm-hmm.
practices were tough. He was pretty like harsh when you talk about words and stuff sometimes. But he was a good guy. Like he was cool off the court and stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
can't really complain about that. But I didn't really play as much as I wanted to. So that's the only thing that was really upsetting. But it helped me be
Mm-hmm.
hungry for next year and work even harder to prove people wrong and stuff.
Yeah. So what's the biggest difference, would you say, from like, you did your prep year, like from college, like the prep year to college, like what do these guys who want to play at the next level, college, need to know about what they're getting themselves into?
It's just the game is just faster. Like your body has to change. Like you have to be stronger, faster mentally. You gotta be prepared. Like it's just a whole different step. It's really a big step. You gotta make sure you're ready for like physically, mentally, everything.
Mm-hmm. How do you work on your mental state of the game in basketball? Did you just always have like, nothing's gonna get to me, I'm just gonna keep working? Like, how do you deal with your failure and, you know, people telling you no and that you can't do that, and, playing time?
Well, like you need to have a good support system. Like I had a good support system. Like they kept telling me to keep pushing. Like it helped me a lot because like yeah, I'm strong mentally, but some things really get to you sometimes. But my support system, they help me get through those tough times. They help me stay strong and stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, support system.
Definitely, definitely. So how did you guys end up doing your freshman year?
Oh, we didn't do well at all. Actually, we were like 4-22. Yeah, it was a
Mm-hmm.
pretty bad year. We only had 4 wins, and they're all in conference. We were like 0-10 in out of
Mm-hmm.
conference games. It was pretty tough.
Yeah. So coming out of that season, uh, Coach Anderson, did he come in right away after the end of your season?
No, he didn't actually. Like after our season, we didn't like we were kind of in limbo for like 2 months. Like our coach,
Yeah.
they didn't fire our coach, but our coach was not allowed to see us or speak to us, so we didn't really know what was going on. And then
Mm-hmm.
like 2 months later, they just hired Coach Anderson. That's what happened.
Yeah. So what were the players doing at that time when your season's over? You just came off. Some may say like a terrible season. How are you guys trying to repick this up and making getting better and getting more on each other and just getting better in general?
Well, we didn't really like have any structure in that time. So like we would have some workouts with the assistant coaches and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but like our gym access was kind of limited. We weren't really allowed to go in the gym that much, so we couldn't do too much. But we were trying every time we could.
Yeah. So Coach Anderson comes in when he come. When does he come in? The summer.
And that comes in May, like the first week of May, second week of May.
First week of May. All right. The first time you met him, was it in the gym?
Um, no, it was in the locker room.
In the locker room. What was like the first speech or the first words that came out of his mouth to you guys?
He was like, I don't remember exactly, but he was like, "We're gonna turn this around.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna play a new brand of basketball. Play fast. We're gonna be in great shape." It was stuff like that. I can't remember exactly what he said,
Yeah.
but I remember kind of the gist of what he was saying.
Now, coming in, like him coming in, Coach Anderson, what are you thinking?
Um, I didn't really know. Like, I didn't really know how to feel, to be honest, because I was gonna tell people to leave. Like, I wonder what he's gonna really do. Like, I couldn't. I don't really know how. It was like mixed emotions. I was kind of happy. I didn't know what to think
Mm-hmm.
of it.
It's all like a surprise to you. It's
Yeah,
everything's unknown.
yeah,
So, did you guys have some like team practices in May after he came in?
yeah. We had two. Like right when he came in, we had
Mm-hmm.
one in the morning, one at night, and then one the next morning.
Did
But like
you?
that was it.
So you have a first, like practice together, and from there, did you know like next year this shit's gonna be different?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Like the way he was making us work and stuff like that. Like
Mm-hmm.
I knew it was gonna be completely different. Those two tough practices.
Mm-hmm. Now, what is a day in the life like a practice? What's going on during the practice? Like, how does it start? Like,
Well, we usually
for the
start
team.
some shooting. And go to a little 3-on-0 motion, handle the ball a little bit, then we get into some finishing drills.
Mm-hmm.
Get a little 3-on-3 going. Then we get into like 5-on-5 up and down stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Take a little break, go back into some shooting, go half court stuff,
Yeah.
half court 5-on-5 stuff.
Mm-hmm. So now we're gonna get a little into your sophomore year. So sophomore year, you guys start practicing. I'm gonna assume what in September.
We actually started in July. We got a little break, then we started again in
Mm-hmm.
September. Yeah.
How good do you think the team improved from July to like November? The
We
practice.
improved a lot. Like we improved so much. We really improve every day. Like the way we practice, with how hard we go, I feel like we improve every single day. That's one
Mm-hmm.
thing I could say about this team for sure.
Mm-hmm. What was the values and that Coach Anderson preached like in you guys like
Like just like discipline. Make sure you do everything. Make sure you do anything how you do everything. Like treat the classroom the same way you treat the court. Like you take care of all your business.
mm-hmm.
Like yeah, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Now going into the season, Give us like a little summary how the season went. Uh, the regular season and playoffs.
Well, our non-conference season went okay. We had some good wins, some bad losses, but it's pretty up and down. Can't really complain about that. As we got into conference, we started off like 5-0, but then we took a little slide.
Yeah.
We picked it back up towards the end though, and then we got hot towards going into the playoffs, and then went to the conference championship, lost that by one, and then went to the tournament.
Mhm. So you lost in the conference championship. You said.
Yeah.
So how does it work with making the tournament after that?
So since Merrimack was ineligible because they're still transitioning from D2, like it takes you 5 years from transitioning to D2 to go to the tournament. So since they won, they give it to the runner-up, and you were the runner-up. So that's how we got to the tournament.
Wow, what a crazy story that is.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So come playoffs time in your league, what's going on like with the team? What do you think really was that switch for you guys winning so much?
I don't know. I can't even. It's like we just locked in. Like we started playing more together, playing hard. We were playing really, really hard once playoffs came. Like every game, we weren't taking any days off, no odds off. Played every single minute as hard as you could, and that's why the results showed. Yeah.
Would you say like Coach Anderson preaches like no selfishness like?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Come
like,
playoff time, no one's worried about.
Yeah. He's been preaching that since before playoffs. Like just play for the team, get the team the best shot. If you make a mistake, just get back on defense for the team. Next play mentality, like everything's for the team because that's you want to be successful as a team, not as one player.
So you lose against Merrimack, but you guys make the tournament. You play the playing game against. Who was that against?
Texas Southern.
Texas Southern. All right. The game was where? Columbus?
No, that was in Dayton.
Dayton. So you take a plane there, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So going on the plane, what are you like feeling? What is the team's emotions like? What are your emotions like? What's going on inside your head?
Like when we got in the charter plane, we were happy to be there. Like we're enjoying the experience. Got to the hotel, there's people there, clapping us on and like playing. Like it was a big celebration. Like we were happy to be there. But once that was over with, we locked in and was ready to take care of business.
Definitely. So what was like? How did they treat you, March Madness? What was that treatment like? What was like? Did they give you hotels? Did they give you special care? What is?
Yeah, they gave us everything. It was great. They gave us gear, hotels, police escorts everywhere, towel. Like they gave us a whole bunch of stuff, sneakers. It was good. It was great.
Yeah,
like, that is great. Yeah.
Is there anything? What was like the best thing they gave you, if you had to say?
The NCAA.
Yeah.
I mean, they gave us like shorts, hoodies, and stuff. Like I guess those are really nice. I guess you could say that. Yeah, and they treated us to nice hotels too. Like it was really nice hotel.
Food they gave you, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, they gave us food too. Like the food they gave us was like hotel catered though. So like whatever hotel we had, they gave us food, but it was all good stuff.
Now, I'm gonna go into the game a little with like Purdue. So they say preparation is your separation.
Yeah.
What made you guys win that game before the game even started? You could just tell from the jump this is gonna be a dogfight. You guys aren't gonna back down. Does that come? You think you win that game with as much confidence as Coach Anderson had before it even happened?
Oh yeah, I mean that definitely plays into it, but his confidence, he just relaying how we feel too, because we felt the same way he felt. It wasn't just felt that way. Everybody in the locker room felt that way. We watch film on them and stuff. We realize like these aren't the way we play. They might not be able to keep up with us. Like if we impose our will on this game, there's no way we lose this game. Yeah.
What was the game plan?
The game plan was to just make sure we speed their guards up, try to make sure that Edie doesn't get the ball as much as he could, and make him uncomfortable as much as we can. And yeah.
Now, what what were you feeling like after the victory? And was that like the greatest game of your life? Would you say?
Yeah, that was a great feeling. Like that was almost the greatest feeling. It was probably the greatest feeling I felt. Like we was on top. Felt like we was on top of the world. Like we
Yeah.
made history. We did what nobody thought we could, and it just felt great.
Hmm. It's just insane. Insane to think about.
Yeah.
What is some stuff you had to deal with you know not being at a top school and people counting you out, like what were things people would say to you?
There was just stuff like, "Oh, you shouldn't be here. You guys aren't good enough. Like, you're gonna lose.
Yeah.
Like, think like they're gonna beat you guys." It was a whole bunch of negativity. But we've been hearing it all year long. Like, we're used to that.
Hmm.
Just you and stuff. So.
Definitely. Coming out of that game, you guys weren't done yet. That was mindset, right?
Yep.
You come into FAU, Florida Atlantic University. I was watching it in the other room right over there, and I think it was the highest possession games in like almost NCAA history in March Madness.
Okay.
Yeah, there was like you guys were averaging like I don't even know 80 possessions or something. It was something crazy. What was that like? It was going back and forth the whole game. You guys got down to 11. You were down 11-0, and what was going on?
And we knew it was gonna be a tough game. Prepare for them. Like we knew it wasn't gonna be like Purdue. They were going to play fast. They're gonna impose their will, just like we try to impose our will. They don't lose a lot of games.
Mm-hmm.
Have like the most wins in the country. Like we knew it was gonna be tough, so we just tried to go out there and do what we could.
Yeah. And you left it all out there on the floor, and no looking back. I'm sure no regrets either, right?
No, yeah, no regrets.
Mm-hmm.
We went out there. We played our hardest. Sometimes it just doesn't go our way. We can't complain about that.
Yeah. So coming out of the loss, what were you guys like? Was it very sad? Like now it's like all over.
I mean, we weren't too sad. Like we knew we made history. We can't be too bad about it. Like
Yeah.
we controlled our own destiny. We lost the game.
Mm-hmm.
We had a good season. So we can't really get too mad about the loss and stuff like that. Yeah.
Now, before I talk about what's next for you, so who do you want to win now? Now that you guys are out.
I don't want anybody. I'm not rooting for anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely not FAU. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
So just recently, Coach Anderson said he's on Iona, correct?
Yeah.
So, how did you feel? Was that like a shock, a surprise?
It wasn't really a shock to me because we've seen like the rumblings for weeks now. People have been saying it for like probably like over a month. People have been like speculating that that's where he was going to go after Patino left. So it wasn't too much of a shock to me.
Now, will you be going into the transfer portal and maybe going there?
I haven't made my decision yet because as of right now, I'm still at the Unite, and that's what I plan to be for right now.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't made a decision on what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm. But would you say a coach? Obviously, you love the school at FDU. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But would you say a coach could have a big enough effect on you?
Yeah, they could. They definitely could.
Mm-hmm.
I could understand. Yeah, they definitely could. I could say that.
Mm-hmm. Now, was he the best coach you've had since playing basketball, or had the most impact on you?
Yeah, probably.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you were saying he had the most impact on me for sure, but I'm not gonna say he's the best coach ever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So now that you were big March Madness, you made history. Everyone knows you guys' names. Everyone knows who you are. All these big schools, and these big schools, just college sports in general, they live off the transfer portal, and that's why they say all these mid-level schools could compete with anyone and pick off the best teams. do you think about that at all, knowing that like these bigger name schools may want you guys even more for what you have done?
I mean, yeah, but like, not really. Like, we don't really think about that, to be honest.
No,
We just focus on us. Yeah.
you're not worried so much about where I'm playing or who I'm playing for. You're just worried about getting the job done and being in a happy environment and
Yeah.
being. You would say.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now, these next couple weeks, I'm sure are going to be real difficult for you. A lot of thoughts and for sure, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Now, how's the team staying in contact right now? Like,
Like, we communicate through text, we see each other on campus and stuff.
yeah.
We're still, yeah.
Oh, you're back. You're in school still, right?
Yeah.
You're not
Yeah.
home. Mm-hmm. Now, I wanna, thank you very much for doing this interview. You
Yeah, no
know,
problem.
the whole country had a great time watching you guys play and perform. You know,
Yeah, appreciate that.
I hope nothing for the best for you, and I'm keep rooting you on and keep supporting you, and hopefully see you, playing pro, playing in the NBA one day.
Appreciate that, bro.
Appreciate
Go.
it. Now,